Basketball fans, welcome back. So this is the first win and the only win that the Kenya Morans recorded in the 2021 Afrobasket. And this game ended 72-66, defeat against Mali. And just get some full context of what really happened in this game. The Mali team, the Malian team, they also lost against Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria. So this was a game where both teams were coming down. They were yet to win they were yet to win their first game, and it was a loser versus loser situation. So the best loser in this case was the Kenya Morans because they both teams have suffered at the hands of Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria. And in this game, the Kenya Morans they had a very good game and they won this game at that. And looking at the way they dominated in this game, especially when it came to the rebounds, it was actually quite telling. And it was an improved performance, especially from the three ball, because when they're defended heavily, when they play an elite team like Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire, they really struggle in finding their shot. But in a team that is below average, they are able to find their shots easily because at the time the below average team they have not caught up to how they play, so they're not able to adjust, and that's the reason as to why they're able to knock down their three ball because they shot 33%. This is actually the best shooting wise. They have been able they have been able to shoot better against below average teams, which is actually quite shocking because you would have expected them to pull off this performance when it came to a game that mattered. But they like softer competition. That's how the Kenya Morans are. They are king of the leftovers. They like beating teams that don't play basketball or can play defense. The Kenya Morans at this point, they like to they can only beat a team that can't play defense on them. But any team that poses a threat, especially defensively and offensively, and able to be efficient and capitalize on Kenya Morans' mistakes, that is when they lose. But the Kenya Morans have seen a pattern. They are able to win a game against below average teams, and that's the reason as to why they won this game. And they actually look good against below average teams. It's like being a big fish, not even a big fish, being a fish in a small pond, like a quote unquote big fish in a small pond. But anyway, I digress. But this game was quite good. Points from the bench, you can see the Kenya Morans 33 points. Points from the paint, you can see 26. They were actually trying to score inside and they were actually managing it. And looking at even turnovers, the shocking thing is even despite winning the game, they turn over the ball damn near 19 times. It's like the same average that they have when it comes to turning over the ball. And times leading, you can see 34 minutes, and they led throughout the whole game. There's only one lead change, and in the second half, it was just the Kenya Morans just rubber stamping their win, and there was no way the Kenya Morans are losing this game. And the funny thing is, in games that they play below average teams, that is where the Kenyan Morans team they're able to drop, good numbers. They're able to look good. See a guy like Griffin, he had 12 points. In the other games that he plays, he's virtually he's virtually invisible. He's a person that you can't even see in the game. Eric Mutoro, you can see 3 minutes played. He only played 3 minutes. I can say he was a waste of a roster spot at the time, and he still is. Then you could see he did nothing. Victor Bosire, the only time he scored more than more than 5 points in a game is this one, and and he had like 7 turnovers. So this is something that he damn near like half of the turnovers caused by the team came from his hands, and it's unfortunate that he is the captain right now. Then Tyler Ongwae, 38 minutes, actually 39 minutes because this guy he only rested for 1 minute, and 16 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, almost 3 assists shy from a triple double. But anyway, it is what it is. He was bouncing back from that boring game that he had against Nigeria, which he had 4 points, which was not as convincing at all, and it was actually quite embarrassing. Albert Odero, he had a very good game against Nigeria, but in this one he just wet the bed and he did nothing. 7 points. I mean, the definition of inconsistency. You expect a player to be able to play and be consistent in this game. But if you look at how they're playing right now, it's just horrendous. Even right now, if you look at the stats that they're dropping even right now, and you look at the FIBA Afrocan of last year, and you look at the stats sheet right here, it's just the same thing. You'll see a pattern here. So we had Desmond O'Willy, another nothing bagger, Ronald Gombe, nothing. Bush, we are just used to him having, poor performances, and also Kalkaranga, poor performances. They do virtually nothing in the game. And this is the reason as to why we have a tendency of, losing. Sometimes you're expecting people, even if they're playing like a below average team, you expect them to have a productive game. But if you look at them, how they play, it shows you that they can only win against below average teams. That's the only thing. Because if you play against an elite team, they lose every single time. And not even like, slighting their win, but this was the only win that they recorded, and they recorded it against a below average team in Mali who are coming off a loss. So they couldn't even be able to get the ability to beat a team like Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, and they had to shine on Mali. So this is the only time that they're able to, have the green light and have the confidence to hit the shots. Because in the Nigeria game, the only 3-point shots that came were all in the fourth quarter, and there were like 3 of them. So shot poorly, shot 11%. This game they shot 33%. And even if you look at in the grand scheme of things, you will see that the Kenya Morans, they're not a team that is built to, compete against teams that can be able to play defense. And that's the reason as to why they keep failing. And in the final eliminator game against South Sudan, who got their sweet revenge on the Kenya Morans, it tells you the whole truth. The South Sudanese team, they came out swinging, and they beat the Kenya Morans. So we're going to look at that in the next video. But in this one, the Kenya Morans can't beat a team that is above average. They lack the ability to match up against a team that has the ability to play both defense and offense at an elite level. So they like, those heavy bag teams that they can be able to, walk through easily. And that's the reason as to why they looked good in this game. That's the only main reason as to why. Even when I made a video last year, not even last year, but in the 2021 Afrobasket, that was about like 3 years ago when this game happened, I talked about the fact that they know how to beat below average teams, and that sentiment still reigns true to this day. So that's just my opinion. So do drop me your comments down in the comment section down below. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.